Okay, hi guys, welcome back. It's Tom from Amazon SEO Consultant.com. I wanted to quickly run through a few things because we're getting a lot of questions regarding the changes to Amazon and kind of how to rank products inside Amazon organic search nowadays. I just wanted to go over a few things because there's a lot of misinformation online, especially around the discounted product reviews, what's the level, how to rank products inside of the search engine, inside organic search, for example, obviously ignoring PPC. So we're just going to run through a few strategies today, and then you can implement these for your own business. Okay, so first, I would highly recommend reading this post. It's a technical dive that we did into analyzing what the Amazon A9 algorithm actually is. So just as a little bit of background, A9 is what Amazon calls their algorithm. It's actually a separate entity that runs alongside Amazon. And surprise, surprise, they bought out A9 and renamed it. It's called A9 because there's 9 letters after A in algorithms. So, I mean, see whatever you want with that. The interesting thing that we kind of denoted was that Amazon seems to look a lot like Google was back in about 2010, 2012, which is a little bit worrying for a number of sellers because what Google did in the next 3 or 4 years was add a lot of quality elements into their algorithm, such as the Google Panda update, if you're not familiar with that, Google Penguin update, which took into account not only what was on the website itself, or in this case, the product listing itself, but also what was pointing to that product listing or web page. So with the Google Panda update, just to give you a quick example, I think there's a little information down here. They targeted thin or duplicate content websites. In this case, Amazon would do the same thing with product listings. Okay, and this is something I can see being added very, very soon, just because the timelines add up to Google very well. With Amazon moving more into quality-based algorithmic changes, such as the reviews and discounting, spiking bestseller rank using the old strategies, this is something that you really need to keep an eye on because you can't rank products with crappy listings anymore, pretty much. So on page is a massive part of our process in here, and it's something that you really should consider as well. Okay, so we've written about this in extreme detail, but there's also another part, which is the Google Penguin update. So Google Penguin, to give you a little bit of a sort of introduction, trying to keep this quite concise, this video, is an update that Google implemented in April 2012 that targeted backlinks pointing to a specific website. So again, I'm not going to go and explain organic SEO in this video at all because we're talking about Amazon, but essentially websites that were pointing or directing a backlink to your specific site. Okay, so say we built a link to this post. There was a lot of web spam and low quality links that were heading to specific websites and they were still ranking inside Google. So Google said, look, we need to build part of the algorithm, the core algorithm, and stop this from happening. Nowadays, Penguin is not a once a year occurrence. It's a real-time part of the algorithm, which means you won't be able to rank with low quality or spammy links. And we've seen that in our organic SEO agency anyway. The relation to, I guess, Amazon is implementing this for sales. So low quality sales. I mean, it's difficult to denote what a low quality sale actually is, but it's quite obvious that giving away a product for free denotes to Amazon that you're not actually really kind of, I guess, totally convinced in your own product, because giving away hundreds and hundreds of these for free isn't going to actually do anything. And most sellers have already seen this as well. You won't rank organically doing this anymore. We've tweaked this strategy a little bit in our in-house process, but it's just something that I thought I'd go over before we talk about ranking Amazon itself. So this link will be in the description. I highly recommend giving it a read. The process itself, I'm just going to, excuse me a second. Okay, so the process itself is basically 2 stages. The first, you have on-page optimization. So this is back to where we said before, where listings, if we take laptop stand, for example, as a keyword, listings need to be well built. So if we ignore that, we have a look at these few. These are ranking very highly for, a very profitable keyword. If you take a look at whatever you use to analyze competition, we still use Jungle Scout. you can see that you're looking at about 36k to 46k a month in organic sales, which is not too bad. Once these load, we can see that it's mainly these elements that need to be improved in most organic listings. So if we have a look here, these are very difficult to read, and as a result, it's going to hurt conversions. If we look down, again, there's no enhanced brand content. There's not a lot of questions and answers. Reviews are quite cool, especially when you have images inside the reviews. That tends to improve conversions drastically. So this is all part of an on-page approach. So starting with keyword research, going through individually optimizing each part of each listing, and then finishing up with competition analysis to see if you can actually rank for that specific product. Okay, so here, for example, they could make some improvements around their readability and copywriting for their bullet points. Same for the title as well. Okay, so they've got their primary keyword, but they don't have any latent semantic indexing terms. You know, if somebody calls a laptop a computer, we want to get the word computer in the title as well. Same for this one, for example. It's a little bit built out. We've got some secondary keywords in here, and we've got a little bit nicer copywriting throughout the bullet points. Images look good. You always want to have these benefit-driven images as well, where text is aligned with an image talking about a specific feature of a product. So this is why this product works really well and probably makes some good sales as a result. And they've also got a bunch of answered questions compared to only 9 with this product. So that's really good. If we have a look at the final example, again, looks all good, but they could definitely improve their imagery, because here we're looking at it, and even just looking at this part, we can see these are quite thin, these elements. So if they show us a laptop on it, we can see that it doesn't go all the way to the edge. So if you have a large laptop, it might not be the best product for you. Okay, these look not too bad. I would have a lot more data-driven approach inside here as well. So that's on page. Most people know how to rank Amazon or how to build out Amazon listings for their on page. And especially in our community, on page is pretty much taught very, very early on. Whereas if we take a look at the exponential phase, we have to spike bestseller rank using real sales to rank inside Amazon. So if a competitor generates, say, 100 sales a day for a specific product, then we have to outrank or outsales them for that specific day. So, for example, if we make 150 sales a day for an extended period of time, usually between 3 and 7 days, we will outrank them. The problem is we won't be ranking in the organic rankings, so we won't make organic sales. So we have to invest in external marketing sources to do this. So you should always have Amazon sponsored products set up and spending a lot of money up front to get some initial traction. But again, that's what a lot of people already know. So the second part is using things like influencer marketing, social media marketing, and content marketing, even paid advertising as well to a certain degree, but condensing the timelines drastically. So let's say you had a $5,000 AdWords budget to spend to help you rank on Amazon. Instead of spending that over 3 months, condense that to within about 14 days or 7 days if you don't have a lot of budget, and really spike bestseller rank. Okay, because bestseller rank, when it is tied to real sales, will increase organic rankings as a result. Okay, so this is back to the original equation of struggle to make sales, you'll struggle to rank in Amazon. And this is why it's so difficult for people to actually get started, and why Amazon SEO in general is so difficult. Okay, as you can see here, there's a little spike when it comes to bestseller rank, but our primary one is talking about basically you will use bestseller rank spiking as a metric to improve organic rankings, but only when you have real sales coming. So if, for example, you give away your product 1,000 times, you might spike bestseller rank, but you're not going to generate real sales. And as a result, there's no point in doing it. So that's just something to remember. Okay, so you can read this article as well. It goes into huge detail about why we do the things we do, and it should really help people that are kind of on the cusp of cracking Amazon SEO but haven't quite ranked their product. If you go through this in entire detail, it's going to really kind of give you an edge over your competitors. All right, cheers.